Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Culbertson, the economist with the Indeed Hiring Lab, and it is time for another U.S. labor market update. For many workers across the U.S., we're now about 1 year into this work from home experiment, and with that, we wanted to focus in on some of the trends related to remote work that we've been tracking in both Indeed's job search and job postings data. So let's get started with job postings. This plot here shows the postings on the Indeed site that indicate that they can be filled remotely, and we're showing this as a share of all job postings. So here in the middle of the plot, you can clearly see the impact of COVID-19 as remote job postings surge around mid-March of 2020. There was a brief period after this where growth in remote job postings leveled off over the summer, but the share of remote job postings since then has steadily increased on our site, and as of February 28th, the share stands at about 7.2%. On the other side of the hiring equation, when we look at job seeker interest in remote work, the trend looks similar. This plot shows job searches on our site that include keywords related to remote work. And we're showing this as a share of all job searches. So after the initial surge in interest in March of 2020, job seeker interest in remote work fell a bit over the summer, bounced back in the fall, and then heading into this year had leveled off once again. Through the beginning of March, the share of searches on our site related to remote work stood at about 3.5%, which I should note is nearly as high as it ever was after that initial March 2020 surge. So job seekers remain quite keen on remote work. Now, many are wondering aloud how much of this trend will remain once we get to the other side of COVID-19. And that is rather difficult to predict, but what a safe bet is that remote work is going to be somewhat more prevalent after the pandemic compared to what it was before. And another safe bet is that there's going to be vast differences in the continued adoption and the use of remote work that vary across industry, job types, businesses, and workers. And as we move toward the other side of COVID-19, it is going to be on employers and job seekers to find the best fit for them. That's it for now. As always, you can always keep up with our research at hiringlab.org. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, take care.